Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today Chin is going veggie, so I'm going to show you how to prepare butternut squash chickpea curry served with rice. And also I've got some Polish viewers, so I would like to say a few words for them in Polish and I'll get back right to you. Cześć, witajcie wszyscy na moim kanale. Gotujemy z Cinem poniżej dyszki. Jest to mój pierwszy kanał, niedawno zacząłem. Moje wideo będą w języku angielskim, ale pracuję nad tym, żebyście niedługo mogli dołączyć, udostępniając polskie napisy oraz myślę o nakręceniu kilku odcinków wyłącznie w języku polskim. Mam nadzieję, że Was to też zainteresuje. Zapraszam na mój kanał, zostawcie subskrypcję i na pewno będziecie na bieżąco. Do zobaczenia, dzięki! So as earlier on, I went to the shop as usual. Today it was quite more expensive. I've spent £9.94. I bought a couple of produce. So starting off with the butternut squash, some chickpeas. We've got chopped tomato, 2 tins, long grain rice, coriander, chili, garlic and onion left from the last video. I bought some wild curry powder, turmeric, cumin, coconut milk, mixed nuts and some sultana raisins that will give us a bit of a sweetness. To finish it off with some watercress. So let's get busy cooking, guys. First thing that I'm doing, I'm gonna put my oven on 180 degrees. What I will do, I'll be roasting the butternut squash in the oven with some garlic, chili, salt and pepper, which later I'm going to add to my curry because I don't want it to be mush. I want the pieces to stay in full. So I've got my butternut squash in cubicles, about 1 centimeter squares. Now I'm going to slice a few slices of chili. I just want them there to get a tiny bit of flavor through it. So I keep them quite chunky because obviously they're gonna cook quite quicker than the butternut squash. Then I'm gonna put some garlic in it. You just want a tiny bit of flavor in it. So after my first and second video, a few of my friends has suggested I could maybe cook something vegetarian or something healthy. Well, I don't know whether they were trying to tell me off that I'm fat. But then what I'm gonna say to them is, do you know what? Never trust a skinny chef. Never. So I go on with my garlic. If you have some herbs left over in the fridge, you might as well just put them on. I think I still have some rosemary left from my risotto, so I'll put that on as well. So I'm adding some rosemary. And into the oven that goes. I'll say 180 degrees for about 20 minutes and we will check after that. When you open the oven, make sure you stay away from it for a bit, let all that heat go out. So that goes in the oven. So I got my water on for the rice. I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of salt. And now we're going to prepare our curry sauce. So for my curry sauce, I'll need onions, 3 cloves of garlic, some chili, ginger. Now I'm going to dice that. I'm gonna mix some of the spices with the tomato chop. So first I go with some mild curry powder. I'll use the spoon to measure out, say about 3. And some turmeric. I'll go with 2 spoons. Some cumin. I'll say 1 big spoon should be enough. Salt, cracked black pepper. And now I'm going to stir that in gently. So when you guys get a minute, you can check your oven. How's your squash doing? Yeah, it's looking okay. Might give it a little shake. I think another 15 minutes. So as you see, it's quite really simple and really quick to do. I think we should finish with our sauce by the time our squash is ready. My onions, garlic and ginger are nice and golden, soft. Now I will put my curry base, so tomato with all my spices, and going in. There's a lot of spices on the edges, so I might just put a tiny bit of water. Give it a little shake. Get all that spices in. Now guys, I'm going to wash some of my rice. Probably many of you don't do that, but you'll see the milky water that comes out of it. So I will use probably about half a bag of my rice, because I want to feed a couple of people. So some cold water. Give it a nice stir. Can you see the color on your water, how it changes? And now we're going to drain that water out. And repeat the process maybe 2 times. You'll see the difference in the effect. My curry sauce, it's already getting nice and hot. So I'm gonna lower the heat a little. So I'm gonna put my rice in straight into the boiling water. And I'm going to cover it just for a few more minutes. Maybe like that, halfway. So now I'm going to add my coconut milk. Let that cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. Keep an eye on your rice, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Make sure you stir it. And don't forget about the squash in the oven. So make sure guys you keep tasting your curry. If it needs more salt, more pepper. I've just had a little taste of mine. I just added some more salt, but it's down to you, however you like it. Tastes real good. Now I'm going to take that pan with curry off the heat for a minute and take half of the chickpea that I've got. Place that in the curry to thicken it up, and I'm going to blend that all. You can see the thickness and the consistency now. So now I'm gonna put the rest of my chickpeas in, because I want them in full pieces. Raisins or sultanas. Put that back on the heat, very, very low heat. And we check in on our squash. Our squash looks ready. So now we're going to put that into the curry. So I try to avoid the oil that's on the bottom. So I've got everything in my curry now. I'm gonna nicely stir it. Put that back on the heat. The rice looks almost ready as well. If you put too much water in the rice, Uncle Roger would have killed me if he would have saw this, where you can drain some of that water in the colander. However, if not, and the rice is cooked perfectly and there is no more water left, that's brilliant. I'm just going to get some of that fresh coriander, just literally a few leaves, take the stalks off. I'm just going to chuck that inside our curry. So, like I said earlier on, I've put a tiny bit too much water in my rice, which I'm going to drain it. So now we go into our garnish, really simple garnish. So we're just finishing off. Do you remember the mixed nuts that I bought before? So I want them nice and crushed to make sure they don't go everywhere. I've got a tea towel. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place the tea towel on my board, put the nuts in the middle, close the cloth, and then let's see, yeah, that's what we want. I'll take a few more of coriander leaves. I'll try pick just the leaves. I'll say maybe 2 spring onions. That'll be a nice combinations of the colors and the taste. So now I'm going to plate it. Taking some of my rice. You can serve it to the side, you can serve it however you like. I'm gonna make a little pile in the middle. So guys, here we go again. This is my version of butternut squash and chickpea curry. I hope you like it. I hope you're gonna enjoy that one because it looks really good actually. Can't wait to dig in it as always. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel if you like the videos. Thank you very much for watching and see you next week guys. Bye.